It's election time in Sri Lanka. The country will vote for its next president in September, and the stakes could not be higher. You may remember what happened in 2022. Massive public protests, a president on the run and a government on its knees. All of it was triggered by a debt crisis. Sri Lanka did not have money to repay its loans, so people hit the streets. And since then, a lot has changed. New reforms, new repayment deals, and new political alliances. So the upcoming vote is sort of like a referendum, mainly on this man's rule. Ranil Wickremesinghe, he took over as president in 2022. Fun fact, he wasn't elected by the people of Sri Lanka. As the violence spread, then President Gotabaya Rajapaksa fled. So the parliament had to choose a new one. Very few would have bet on Wickremesinghe. His party had just one seat in parliament, and that one seat being his own. But the Rajapaksa supported his candidacy, and that's how Ranil Wickremesinghe became president. The question is, can he win again? He's already filed his nomination with the Election Commission. He also has a good track record. When he took charge, inflation was 70%. It's now down to 1.7%. Foreign reserves have reached $5.4 billion, which is a 3.5-year high. Plus, he has negotiated a repayment deal with India, China and Japan. The deadlines have been pushed back by 4 years. Colombo also stands to save $5 billion. So all in all, a good deal. If you compare this to 2022, it's great news. Wickremesinghe has brought relative stability to Sri Lanka. And yet his victory may not be guaranteed. Let's meet the main challengers. First is Sajith Premadasa. He leads the SJB party. He is also the son of a former president. Wickremesinghe is known as a pro-market leader, but Premadasa is a centrist. He likes state intervention when necessary. And what is he promising? Mainly some tweaks to Sri Lanka's IMF program. You see, the IMF had extended $2.9 billion to Colombo, but that package came with targets, like raising taxes and lowering subsidies. Premadasa says he will change those targets. The second candidate is Anura Dissanayake. He leads the Marxist JVB party. Right now, they have just 3 seats in the parliament, but experts are bullish on him. The protests of 2022 have increased his party's popularity. Recent polls show him leading Wickremesinghe and Premadasa. But why is that? If the economy has stabilized, why isn't Wickremesinghe winning? Because of 2 factors. Number one, his political baggage. Most Sri Lankans blame the Rajapaksas for the crisis, and who appointed Wickremesinghe? The same Rajapaksas. So the resentment of 2022 may come back to haunt him. Factor number 2 is the fallout of his reforms. Thanks to Wickremesinghe, Sri Lanka's fundamentals look stable now, but that stability has come at a cost. In 2023, his government increased income tax to 36%. This year, he slapped a new tax on fuel and mobile phones. How much? Around 18% tax. Also, subsidies on electricity have been slashed. Now, such austerity measures are unavoidable. You need them to secure IMF help. But they also affect ordinary Sri Lankans. Almost 26% of the country lives in poverty now. So this election is basically a referendum on Wickremesinghe. Will people approve of his economic reforms, or will they declare it too harsh? That is the question that will define this vote. India too will be watching very closely. New Delhi has extended financial help to Colombo. It has also lobbied for Sri Lanka at the IMF. So India will be hoping for a couple of things. First, stability and peace, not a repeat of what happened in 2022, no matter who wins or loses. And second, a long-term realignment. Chinese loans were a major reason for Sri Lanka's debt crisis, yet Colombo is striking more deals with China. New Delhi won't be happy with that. Ties with Wickremesinghe had turned frosty last year. In fact, his trip to India was delayed multiple times. So like I said, this is a high-stakes election for Sri Lanka, for India and for the neighborhood.